This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store. Always good to be joined with Dev Sahni. How are you, mate?
Why start like that, Lewis? I'm all right, mate. Although it does say in my hotel room, you know, like on the telly where it welcomes you, like, enjoy your stay, Dev Sahni. When will I get respect on my name, Lewis? When? Yeah. When?
Literal respect on the name as well, and obviously bet the boxing writers as well. I don't know what year that was, but obviously that was wrong as well, unfortunately.
That was a while ago. I think 8, 9, maybe 10 years ago. First time I went to a Boxing Writers Award, loving life. Yeah. Stars surrounding me. I think I had Frank Bruno sat behind me. This was amazing, amazing. And I look around, and on the table it just says Dev Sahni. What do you do, Lewis? What would you do?
I would just, because you know what, I'm quite used. People get my name wrong. They think it's Louis. I'm saying, listen, it's Lewis. Do you know what I actually do? I just say nothing.
Sometimes that's the best, and that's what I did. You know, I just took the bev on the chin and kept it moving.
That's fair enough, but yeah, we'll keep it moving ahead of Saturday night. A real thriller. In store on Saturday night as Liam Davies takes on Shabaz Masoud. A little bit of what was the press conference today? Not really between Liam and Shabaz. Like I don't know. Look, John, if I was looking for myself, you know, I always like to have the focus on the fighters, but it was a little bit more than that today.
Shabaz had about 10, 15 fellas with him. They were calling out things to Liam Davies. They caught Liam Davies' attention and caught his eye. And Liam Davies is a hot-headed, emotional, heart on the sleeve kind of guy who ain't going to let that sort of thing slide. Yeah. So he gave it right back to him. I think he said some pretty good things back to them as well. So good. There's Needle. I love it. It was a good presser, you know, and I enjoyed it. And I'll tell you what, every Liam Davies presser is good though, because he's just so he's so on it. He's so about it, and he thinks every fight, it's Liam Davies against the whole world. He's got that chip on his shoulder, which has helped him so much. He's the favourite in this fight, but he'd probably have preferred it if he was the underdog. And sometimes I can feel like he's creating scenarios in his head where everyone's against him, and it helps him. And what a fight!
Yeah. I was going to say, like, you would have interviewed Liam a lot of times. You've been at the top table at press conference with him. Like, whenever I interview him, I feel like I feed his energy is like infection in a way. Like, you feed off it, like the intensity. Like, I don't know if you feel like when you get Liam involved, like, you know that, like, it just gets you pumped up, doesn't it?
100%. He's got that fire in his eyes. He just believes it. He doesn't say anything he doesn't believe in. Like, he genuinely believes he's going to fold Shabaz Masoud in half on Saturday. He thinks he's going to go right through him. And when he speaks like that, you sort of believe him, don't you? He's great at a presser. He's great in the ring, and he's one of the new re-signing Queensberry. You saw the graphic go out, just smashing it right now, and he's something special.
Is it mad to only think that he's only had 16 fights as well? Like, it's hard to believe. Like, you don't actually like Liam never had this pedigree of sort of like the extensive amateur pedigree like a lot of guys that, but he got moved really quickly. Like, it's sort of not hard to believe. Like, he's clearly good enough, but it's a bit mad to think he's only had 16 fights.
You keep stepping him up, and he just keeps proving himself. You know, he's been boxing since he was knee high, right? He's been doing it his whole life. He's just got it, and I know, like, has he been moved fast? I don't think so. Everything in front of him, he just seems to smash through it. English champion, British champion, European champion, IBO world champion. The only reason it's IBO and not one of the others is because Inoue's got all of the other belts. So what can you do? You get yourself a seat at the table with the IBO, and that's what he's got. And let me just say on Inoue, Inoue has fought, and he's fighting fighters not as good as Liam Davies, 100%. He's also has fought and fighting fighters not as good as Shabaz Masoud. So the winner of this, very much a contender for Inoue, as far as I'm concerned, anyway.
I was going to say that because I think like it was always something that you'd said, but it was a bit like, let's be honest, it was light-hearted, isn't it? When Liam, no, but I'm just saying, like, when he was obviously British champion, he was sort of defending his British title when he knocked out Cunningham. It was always something light-hearted, but let's be honest, like, as you say, like, it's a fair thing to say, like, you can't, like, I'd say, like, Sam Goodman, TJ Dehaney, no disrespect, like, they're not far off Liam.
All I'm saying is, I've never heard Naoya Inoue mention Telford. I've never heard him mention the name, even utter the words of Liam Davies. I bet you he hasn't even been on the M4. Yeah, that's how scared of Telford this man is. No, look, listen, in all seriousness, Inoue's obviously really, 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 really good. He's obviously the king. I just think Liam Davies is the ace.
Yeah. Some good words there. Good words for yourself. Yeah, anything on the undercard that catch your attention? I did want to touch on Lewis Williams, Commonwealth gold medalist, Queensberry debut. So, yeah.
A sought-after amateur Commonwealth gold medalist. He's fighting in the place in Birmingham where he won Commonwealth gold, and he was a sought-after amateur, and he's absolutely massive. I didn't realise how huge he is. So another heavyweight in Queensberry's burgeoning heavyweights, but burgeoning stable, and he's looking to make some noise. Right place to be, and looking forward to that. And anything else catch my eye on the undercard? Yes, the entire undercard. Like it's great. Look, Chantel Cameron, proper fight against Patricia Bergolt. Ezra Taylor, a lot of noise in this light heavyweight division. A lot of things going on, a lot of weird things going on. He wants you to look at him and listen. 9-0, 6 knockouts. He's got a WBC international title. He looks the part, talks really well, sold himself brilliantly at that presser. And he wants Louis Edmondson. After this fight on Saturday, he wants him. Let's see if that can happen. And, loads of great fights, Lewis. You mentioned there about Queensberry signings. Obviously, they're the re-signings as well. Like, it's just like, I feel like every time I look on my Instagram, there's another new signing for Queensberry. Like, it's obviously Joe Ties as well, which was another sign. Like, it's Coley being a big one as well in the heavyweight division. You've been at Queensberry for Box Nation and Queensberry for quite some time. Like, this arguably, would you say this is like the best it's been for a long, long time? Yeah. I mean, it is. It has to be. You got at the very, very top of it. You got Tyson Fury. You got Daniel Dubois there as well. Like it's incredible. And you look at that graphic the other day that went out. Like Hamza Shiraz. Frank's just got an eye for talent. Seems to just pluck these talents out of almost nowhere. Like Hamza wasn't Team GB. He didn't go to the Olympics or anything like that. He's probably the best middleweight in the world today. It's unbelievable. Nick Ball, again, not one of these hugely decorated amateurs. They've all won, national titles and stuff like that along the way. But look at him now, best featherweight in the world champion, should be unified. Like, it's great. And yeah, this not just for Frank and for Queensberry. I think this is a golden era for boxing right now, with everything that's happening with Riyadh season. The fact that we're seeing the fights that we've been craving, it's great, and we're going to look back on these as the good old days. Let's just hope it lasts as long as possible, because it's brilliant. Yeah. December 7th, a really good show there as well, headlined by Brad Pauls taking on Denzel Bentley, who aims to be a 3-time British champion. I can't remember the last time he won the British title, simultaneously 3 times. Don't know, you may be able to know. I don't know. Has it even been done before? I also can't remember this. Listen, obviously Brad Pauls has got that British title. Yeah. There's other baubles on the line as well, like good ranking belts, WBO International, I think WBA International as well. Number 2 and number 4 in the WBO ranking. So there's a lot there, a lot on the line. It's a brilliant fight. Denzel Bentley, yes, could be a 3-time British middleweight champion. I'd imagine that is on his mind, but probably not as much as the overall dream of becoming a world champion. And when he boxes, Denzel, at the level of kind of British champions, British contenders, he tends to just clean them out. Yeah. He tends to go through them. Danny Dignam, Marcus Morrison, guys like that, he just goes through them like they can't live with him. But Brad Pauls, what sort of fighter is he? We've seen him beat Nathan Heaney, the only man to beat Nathan Heaney. So it's very intriguing for me. I wouldn't give you a prediction anyway, but genuinely, I don't know how it's going to go. I really rate both fighters. Yeah. But a good card in general, another magnificent set. Fights on that, like Sam Noakes against Ryan Walsh, where's that come from? Brilliant. Yeah. Like the debut of the Source, Lawrence Okoli, he's on there as well. Dakers versus Adelaide, that's finally happening. I keep hearing all these noises about, there's no good shows in the UK. There are, and we're putting them on. So, yeah. Nah, absolutely fair enough. And quickly moving on, I guess a big topical thing in boxing at the moment, obviously, Daniel Dubois and Anthony Joshua, obviously, been about a month since their fight, or over a month since their fight. And with Anthony Joshua, it's still undecided what's next. With Daniel Dubois, it's still undecided what's next. I know Joseph Parker spoke about potentially stepping in on February 22nd for a potential fight. I guess from an AJ point of view, when you look at it from AJ's point of view, stepping into that rematch, how risky do you think that could be if that's what he wants to do? Listen, I don't know definitively what's going to happen here or anything like that, so I've got no insider info. I'm hearing what you hear. Risky to take a rematch? I don't know, he gets a shot at the world heavyweight title, doesn't he? I don't know, but Daniel Dubois might be the wrong guy for Anthony Joshua at this point. He might just be too young, too strong, too exuberant, too much energy. It might just be that. But also, let's not forget, AJ did clock him just before getting knocked out. He did back him up with a couple of really good shots, so he might take enough confidence from that to think, hey, it was an off night, I got to the venue late, you know, all of that kind of thing, and I know I can land on him, I can knock him out. Maybe he'll have that. I don't know. It's going to be completely up to him. So whatever happens next, happens next. If it's not AJ for Dubois, I think it's quite widely known they'll have to fight someone in the top 15. That top 15 looks pretty good. Yeah. So a good fight next for Daniel Dubois either way. Yeah.
Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk. I actually didn't catch up with you at the press conference or after the press conference. Yeah, obviously, you know, you're going to be sort of Team Tyson, going to be backing him, being sort of from Queensberry. Yeah, confident on 21st December that the rights can be, the wrongs can be righted?
He doesn't feel like, from speaking to him and the energy at the presser, he doesn't feel that there's really that many wrongs that need to be righted. There's been a feeling out there that, okay, this time come in bigger, you know, use your weight. You didn't use your weight the first time. And his theory is, well, no, because where he was having the most success was just boxing from range and picking Usyk apart and boxing him. He was doing great. So in his head, what he did wrong was all the showboating, all the showing off. He was finding it too easy. I know, like, people have been slagging him off for saying, how can you say you found it easy? Look at round 9. Yeah. But genuinely, he looked like he was having fun in there, and he was finding it easier than expected against this guy who's meant to be the best in Oleksandr Usyk, and he got complacent. So if he takes that complacency away, which is what he's saying, he can win more rounds than he won before. If he wins more rounds than he won the first time, he wins the fight. It was a close fight. People are having amnesia because of what happened in round 9. People, his haters in particular, will just be loving what happened in round 9. But that was a very viral clip, and sometimes that can confuse boxing fans into thinking that, oh, Usyk must have just done that the whole fight. No, Usyk didn't really do that before the 9th round, and he didn't do it after. Fury won rounds before and rounds after. Imagine that. After that round 9, Fury still won rounds. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah.
You said there about Fury boxing at range and sort of moving. Is there a case to be said that with everything that Fury's gone through and the damage he's taken, he, like, as much as he wants to do that for sort of the first 6-7 rounds, he can't do that for 12? Like, his body sort of can't do that anymore, as you could see in the Usyk fight?
That's something we'll have to find out. I don't know, but I think it's a valid question. Was he? Has he not got the tank anymore? Does Usyk put too much pressure on him? Is that why he was showboating, because he wanted a rest? I don't know. Tyson will know. And you heard noises from Andy Lee about how he couldn't spar effectively because they were worried the cut was going to open up and he'd have to pay Usyk 10 million quid and all of that kind of thing. All of this stuff will factor in. Let's hope we see the best Tyson Fury and the best Oleksandr Usyk and the best fight December 21st. Nicely put, a nice way to end. Dev, always a pleasure, mate. Always appreciate taking time to speak to me. Top man, mate. Thank you. Cheers.